Hello, everyone. Welcome, Speedway fans, to another episode 5 of Speedway Chat Live, right here on Extreme Speedway Racing Action, XSRA.TV, YouTube, and Facebook. Thank you for joining us. And I'm your producer for XSRA Speedway, XSRA TV, your Speedway producer and host for the show, Ken McKinney. Thank you for joining me tonight. I'm very excited tonight. I'm going to be speaking with Industry Hills Speedway Promoter Kelly Inman about his upcoming season. And we're going to, because they've been closed for about 2 years, as you all know, because of that COVID crap. The state shut them down, as well as Costa Mesa Speedway. And they also shut down Fast Fridays in their opening as well. And I'm also going to be able to, I'm very excited to see and talk to Billy Janniro, 10-time National Speedway champion, and as our featured rider for our interview tonight. So I'm really excited about that. So first off, I want to say, hey, if you've got a YouTube account, please subscribe to the channel. I only need five more subscribers, and we'll have 1,100 subscribers on YouTube. And I need your support. It's a great place to see California Speedway. I try to do the best job I possibly can after taking it over from Mark Williams. It's been a lot of work, but it's been a lot of fun. Also, we have an Instagram account. I got a Twitter account. Just look for XSRA.TV. And as always, you can see the best in Speedway action on XSRA.TV. I'm setting that up as more of a monthly subscription, so you can see all the content on the channel, plus new races, or you can just buy one race at a time. There's a lot of work that goes into a lot of these productions. So if you just help me out, it's like buying me a 6-pack or 12-pack of beer. It really helps out. I really appreciate it. But first, how about some Speedway news? All right. Be sure all the information I'm going to give you about some of the tracks is right here on SpeedwayBikes.com. SpeedwayBikes.com is put together by R.C. Jones. It's a great resource for everything Speedway in the United States. He talks about everything in California. He basically has stuff about Champion Speedway over there in New York. He's got some stuff about Patrick Bedford's place over there in Tennessee whenever Pat is going to put something together. It's a great resource. It's got rider bios. It's got everything you need to know about Speedway. So I encourage you to go there. So let's just start off with what's happening with Steve Evans Speedway Promotions. He will be doing this Saturday coming up. Steve Evans Speedway Promotions is going to be holding the 6th annual AJ Herrera Memorial Race at Ventura Speedway in Ventura, California. It's going to have Speedway, of course, sidecars, flat track, hooligan, and it's going to be a really fun event. You got to get out there and check out the races. For more information, check out Steve's website at ParisSpeedway.com. And then on Saturday, May 14th, out at Kern County Raceway Park. I've covered a lot of events out there. It is a fantastic track. A lot of people are talking about it. It's a great place to go and race. Saturday, May 14th, Kern County Raceway Park will be hosting their Military Appreciation Night and Team Speedway Round 2. You know, May is Military Appreciation Month. So when you see a veteran, if you've got somebody in the military in your family, call them and say hello and thank them for their service. This is going to be a great evening for sure. Round 2 of Team Leagues racing. It'll be right now the Reno Team SOS Wolves are ahead. Can you believe that? Lawrence McNutt's team is ahead of the Paris Pirates and the Bakersfield Bandits. You know, the Sauer brothers, they don't like that. They're going to pull out all the stops to try and get back their championship. But, you know, the Paris Pirates have also got the young guns on the team. They've got Reese Todd and they've got Alex Martin. Alex Martin's really coming up in the Speedway community. We'll talk a little bit about him tonight as well. And another fantastic news coming up. Legendary Costa Mesa Speedway will be reopening this season. Yes, the legendary Speedway track of Southern California, where all our Speedway champions have come from. It will be coming back to life after 2 years of being closed this May the 21st. In the meantime, I'll try to get Brad or Jaylene on the line, or I'll go down to the track. I really want to talk to them. Covered that track for many years with Mark Williams. I'm looking forward to going down there again. In the meantime, for more information, check out their website at Speedway, CostaMesaSpeedway.net. And Fast Fridays in Auburn is going to be opening up. I haven't spoke to Dave in a couple months, but I need to get him. I need to get him on the line. Fast Fridays in Auburn is still set to open this month as well. It'll open on Friday, May 20th, the night before Speedway in Costa Mesa. They've got an exciting season opener, as they always do. They planned 20 events for the summer season. Looks like it's going to be an action-packed schedule. Check out all of that action right there. Visit their website at fastfridays.com for more information. And a lot closer to home, we've got wait a minute. I lost my place. Oh, yes, right there on my script. Last but not least, Industry Hills Speedway is going to open up right there. Kelly Inman. Industry Hills Speedway is going to be opening up this June 15th. He was looking at the first, but he thought about it. He's got a lot of things to do, a lot of activities on his plate. He's going to open up with the season opener called the Thunderdome. But why don't I just bring Kelly Inman himself? Why don't I bring him in to tell you about how things are going with him at Industry Hills? Kelly, are you there? Oh, there you are. How you doing, Kelly?
I'm doing good. Just finished up the work day.
Great to see you. May the 4th be with you. Huh? It's May 4th. Anyway, hey, you know what? This is looks like it's going to be a great 2022 season with your track opening up, other tracks opening up. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what's going on with you? We know there's a lot of different changes with you right now, changing ownership, changing management, so to speak. Why don't you tell the people what they need to know?
There's just some minor changes. They're major on the backside. I'm officially will be the promoter on paper. Nobody will really see any difference at all. I've always ran it and treated it like every bit of it comes out of my pocket. Everybody at Industry Hills Expo Center has been so gracious to give me an opportunity that I may even be able to make $100 or $200 on a night.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I don't do it for any of the money. I love the sport. We're just hoping that we can get through this season. It's a tough time with high-end riders, the fast guys, the Billies and Max and that. We've got to create a rider pool.
Right.
Spectator-based event, for backgate shows, it's an easy deal to do. There's not much to consider or worry about, but when you're spectator-based, there's a whole lot more money at stake, when you're putting an event on and relying on spectators to come back week after week. And they're coming back for the D1 guys that are putting on the show,
Yeah. Well, the last time I was there with you, it was 2020. It was January, and you ran the Gumball Rally. Let's take a look a little bit about that. Show people what you put into the sport and how your involvement in fostering the youth it actually has helped so many of our Speedway riders now. Let's check that out. Welcome back, Speedway fans, to ExtremeSpeedwayAction.com's coverage of the Youth Gumball Rally at Industry Speedway in the city of Industry, California. Event 28 brought out the little big guys in the 250 juniors.
At the start, the group bunched up, but Martin was able to take the lead. Lightcap and Hancock, fighting from behind, wanted to take it from him. In the back corner of lap 2, Hancock pulled out of a potential crash with Martin, who held his lane, and it cost him. Martin would use that opportunity to his advantage, and he would take his first Gumball Rally as a junior 250 racer. Let's hear from race director Kelly Inman about today's event.
It's one of the most important races to all these kids, but it's also the funnest for them, you know. Really important, but they're all here having a great time. So a little pressure's off, but they all want that gumball machine. And with the generosity of so many sponsors, people contributing, I'm gonna hand out $9,100 in cash today. The families and different sponsors, the professional riders, you know, Luke Becker called me yesterday and, hey, I'm putting $500 up for the kids, you know. Blake Borello did the same thing, you know. They all come out of this Gumball Rally, now they're giving back to it. Alex also won $1,400.
What a great event this Gumball Rally has been for these talented racers to gain some new exposure and have a great time racing.
That was a wonderful event, Kelly. I mean, it was a great event to end the early season, so to speak, you know. It was terrible that was the last race of the year, but it actually was one of the most fun. What do you think?
Yeah, it is. It's a big one for Junior Speedway. It's been going for 30, probably almost 35 years. You know, it started out as out at Ken Maley's ranch. From Ken Maley, John Gordon and Bill Phelps come up with the idea, and it was just to showcase the kids. You know, they were just a sideshow kind of exhibition for all the speedway races, and everybody wanted to give them a day to shine for their, you know, on their own, and it has, and it's grown every year, leaps and bounds. You know, Billy Hamill kind of got it back going again, and then I started helping Billy, and it, you know, the rest is history. It's amazing the people that support the kids. I don't post anything online to start rallying. All of a sudden in my PayPal is a note and $100 or $200 or 500, and it's from the riders, the sponsors, the fans, and it's really good. We usually end up giving the kids $9,000 or $10,000 in cash alone, on top of all the gifts and prizes.
That's a good payout. You know, kids could use it. They're growing. You know, those leathers aren't cheap. One year they're wearing them, the next year they're not. So also the bikes, you know, they outgrow the bikes and get very, they need some new equipment all the time. But you think you're going to be able to hold one of the Gumball Rallies again this season?
You know, it's tough to say. The junior program right now is, it's not there. Some of the riders have moved up. Some have moved on. It would be tough to put together a program with so few riders. Right. You know, I definitely will do something if I can, and do it so it's fair and good for the kids and stuff. You know, but when you got, you know, I don't see any reason to put anything on when you got 4 or 5 kids out there in the program total. You know, it's there's no reason for it. We're just trying to keep building, and it's going to take a while.
It's going to take some time. I understand. Yeah.
It's tough, you know.
Yeah, well, the COVID closures did not help anything at all for this sport. I know, Steve Evans has been keeping a lot of kids on the track, keeping it relevant, and I've been doing my own, with video. But it's really up to the kids, being able to get out on those tracks and ride with on a consistent basis.
Yeah, it's just tough, without having easily accessible practice tracks, close proximity, I guess. It's going to be tough to build the sport. I don't care what anybody says. You can't do it without that, and in SoCal, in California, everywhere, land is so valuable. Insurance is just insane to be able to have a practice track. It's
you have something out there in Elsinore, though, right? You've been able to do something.
Fortunately, the owners out there, we put together a bigger track. It's a little bit bigger than Paris. It's almost a quarter mile on the outside, and it's got a smaller track inside. But honestly, we don't need that big track. We need the small track, the Industry, Costa Mesa, it's Auburn, those are proven winners with creating amazing talent on the bikes. They've got to race close, and when they want to go to Europe and stuff, it didn't hurt anybody else, Bruce or Greg or any of those guys. I think it treated them much better,
Right. They knew how to stay.
Yeah.
They knew how to stay close on the inside without losing perspective. I'm sure by being on the smaller tracks.
Yeah, and it's honestly, it's flat out, it's better for spectators.
Yeah.
I mean, if I got to try to get 1,000 or 1,500 spectators, the only way it's going to happen is if there's passing and racing, and that's, keep the action close. It's the same idea that Barry Briggs and Ivan and Harry Oxley had when they started Costa Mesa in 1969. The small track is what creates the excitement.
Well, yeah, it does, but you also need the crowd to come out. And I see on Facebook, I see a lot of people that are really, really excited that you're going to reopening. I know that they are excited for Costa Mesa as well. So hopefully that'll bring the fan base back, and hopefully in this new day and age, they'll see the videos and they'll realize, this is a fantastic sport. They can get involved in it. You just need to get to the track and ask some questions. Yeah,
it's we can only hope. It's an unknown. I talked to Brad and Jaylene at Costa Mesa Speedway, and we're kind of in the same boat with not knowing how spectators are gonna be this year after the pandemic, with gas prices. Where we are, it's a hotbed of entertainment, and with TV and the streaming services, internet, just all sorts of stuff. It's you're really fighting for that person to pull the money out of their pocket and come to the races. So it's got to be an exciting show, close racing, a small track, and
great riders.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Without the top riders, it's not going to work. And it's going to be a challenge this year, for at least for the spectator-based events. Super happy that Costa Mesa is opening on May 21st, and they started in 1969. I've been there every year except the last 2 years with the pandemic, and then with us, trying to open up on June 15th. I've still got a little bit of stuff that I've got to sort out with commercial liability insurance and things like that. I got to make sure it's financially feasible for me to continue. It takes a lot of sponsors a lot of help, and I do so much by myself. Sponsors are tough right now. Any of that, so all we can do is cross our fingers and give it a shot. As long as all the, cards fall into place, I'm going 100%.
Good. Well, I know you've got 12 races scheduled or tentatively scheduled starting on June 15th. You got the 22nd, 29th. You got July. July is a great time of year to go to Speedway on Wednesday nights. You've got August 10th and the 13th. For the National Series, you got August 31st for a Cal State Champion Series. So let's hope that everything can come in and you'll be able to get the crowd to come in. And, I'm always there to help you out. So speaking of the top riders, though, we've got a top rider coming in. Kelly, I need you to stick around for this. We got the top rider of the last decade, and I'm going to bring him in right now. Here he comes. It's Billy Janniro, 10-time Speedway champion, 10-time U.S. National Speedway champion, AMA National Speedway champion, U.S. National California State champion, U.S. Open Speedway champion, Northern California Points champion 6 times. The only other person is Bart Bass with 20-plus titles. Billy, how are you doing? Looking like you're sitting in your garage there.
Yep, just hanging out.
Fantastic. The last time I saw you was out at Kern County Raceway Park, but then the race that I saw you at in 2019 before the pandemic, let's take a look, people. Let's take a look at some of what Billy has done on the track. Here's something from 2016 and then something from 2019 at Costa Mesa Speedway.
Yeah, we talked before the race. We said, if it ain't working, jump over that pole, make it work. So first 2 laps, stuff wasn't happening. Then we pulled it off. We went to that inside, we made it work, and
you did. You were kissing that pole like crazy, like you were gonna make love to it. But that's what it takes, huh?
It worked out, huh? It was good.
That Gino, he sure has matured. Some of that riding back in Europe helped him.
Oh, for sure. Gino's going so good. His gating is good. He's handling the bike really well. So we bumped, we grinded, and we're on top of the podium. This year I'm going to Dean's house for a party.
Fantastic. All right, now you come in here and you're already the 10-time USA champion, and now apparently you had a will that you wanted to win this again so that you could be the most winningest rider for this cup here at the national championship. How do you feel?
Feel awesome. No, it was a good night. Max has been on fire lately, so and then Aaron rode really good tonight, and Gino. So it was a tough night overall, but we're out on top.
That just makes you a better racer, though, right?
That
You got to
does.
race against those guys.
It
now.
does.
You just don't pick it up.
The more competition, the better.
That's great. Hey, so what do you think about next season? How you looking?
Same shit, different year.
Same shit, different year, but it's 2 years later for those tracks. I know you've been racing out at Paris and you've been racing out at Kern County, but after the 21 national championships, you took a little break. So what have you been doing since you've been taking that break?
Just working, man, working.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's it.
you're
Plenty of
always a
work.
man of very little words. So you've been working. You got the family there and stuff. What I know that Max, you were talking about more competition. Yeah, Gino really in 2016 coming back after racing in Europe with fire in his belly. He was really, he almost beat you there, but you were well ahead of all the other guys in 2019. Then in 21, we had these national championships that were out in New York and a different type of atmosphere. And then I think you won it. You came home, and then Max took it at home. How did it feel? I mean, Max has always been somebody that's looked up to you. Now that he's got the #1 plate, I guess the number's on his back, right?
Yeah, Max is he stepped it up his game a lot, so he's going pretty good. And Gino has been going really good. So those two are definitely watch out for.
Yeah, I know that Aaron Fox is looking forward to coming back in those tracks as well. He really likes those tracks. It's all about conditioning, though. If you haven't been out there, what have you been doing to stay in shape since you've been out? You've been chasing Nico around or something?
Chasing my 4-year-old around. He's tougher than nails, man.
Yeah, you've been chasing him around. That's like Rocky chasing that chicken for training, right? Get you in there, get your wind going.
Every time you sit down, he's hollering, "Dad, Dad, I gotta get back up." So yeah, he's definitely a fun one.
Well, you've won so many races. You were so dominant at every time I saw you at Costa Mesa, and when I catch you at Industry, you were so dominant on a track. What got you into speedway racing? Let the fans out there know. What was your inspiration? How'd you learn about it?
My dad and my uncle took me to a race way back when, and it was the last race at Auburn. And it was pretty exciting. They had a guy in a quad jumping a limo, and Pass won a new bike off his sponsor. Came out with tassels on the handlebars. I just remember a lot about it. And they asked, "Hey, do you want to try this?" I'm like, "Heck yeah!" So we got a bike, and ever since.
Well, and what CC did you start out at? Did you start in the juniors?
Yeah, I had an old Westlake 250 that I started out on.
And how long did it take you to get up to the 500s?
I think I started when I was 11 or 12 years old. So to get to, you don't 500 so you're 16. So
you can bring your boy in. He can sit on your lap and talk with us. Anyway, being one of the top riders and a top champion, there's a lot of pressure for you to perform and stuff. But whenever I meet you over at Costa Mesa and I put the camera in your face and I talk to you, you're pretty nonchalant. You're pretty kicked back. And how do you do that? Is that just you?
That's just me. I've always been that way. Just can't wait for the races to end. Have a beer, that type of guy. So yeah, pretty easy go.
Yeah, you totally seem like it. Now you've ridden at that track for a long time, Northern California at Fast Fridays being your home track. You've ridden against Bart Bast all those years and stuff. What have you learned from him about it as far as being a racer?
Bart is a total professional, man. His bike shows up perfect, ready to go. So, you know, just keeping it clean and making sure it runs good every week. So, yeah, consistency. Bart's the most consistent guy you ever met.
And is he one of the people you've looked up to over the years as a speedway racer that you would like to, you know, be like that or beat him in a way? Or who are some of the guys you've looked up to over the years as you were growing?
Yeah, you know, young age, it was always Bart Bass versus Jimmy Sizemore and Bobby Hedden and those guys, you know. So, and then when I got a little bit older, I started learning about Europe and Billy Hamill and Greg Hancock. Then I think Billy was over and I had a broken, and that was the first time I met him. So I'll be seeing you soon.
You said that Billy Hamill?
Yeah.
Yeah. You had a broken what? You cut out. You had a broken what?
I broke my leg at what was it? In Sacramento when I was a kid. I think it was 18.
Well, I've never seen you injured, so I you know, I always think you're a bull in the ring. You're very tough and stuff. So when you went to Europe, you ended up racing with on the Coventry Bees with Billy and Greg, right? Greg Hancock and Billy Hamill.
Yeah, for the first year. The second year they got rid of Greg, and then after like another couple of years they got rid of Billy. But I was always around those guys, you know, traveling and you know, at tracks always.
Hey Kelly, you have any questions you'd like to ask Billy?
No, there's nothing really. You know, Billy's. I'm just excited to see him back on the track. He's probably the most exciting rider when he shows up at a race. You know, there's going to be some bar banging, you know, and he's every promoter's dream, I think.
And every other racer's nightmare.
Yeah, pretty much. You know, he goes as fast as he needs to beat you. You know, he's the first one to admit that some of these young ones with, you know, the last couple of years with Dylan and Max and stuff, you know, they're hauling ass and it gets tougher and tougher to beat these guys, you know, because they're following Billy and some of the fast guys, and you're only as fast as the guys you're racing, you know. But it's just going to be good to see him on the track again, and looking forward to having him for my most important race of the year is the Connor Penhall Memorial Cup, and Billy's got a couple of really bitchin' trophies from that. Actually, 4 of them, I think. And he'll be there to defend that. I don't think he wants anybody to take that trophy again.
Did you win that last time you held that?
I think Austin Navarro won it last year, or the last time they had it.
Austin, yeah, you know, he just had a baby too, so you guys are becoming daddies very, very quickly. Yeah, it'd be great to see Austin come out and race against you. He's really, when I think of a guy who rides, he doesn't ride at 10, he rides at like 11 or 12. He's just so much power in his bike and stuff. One of the people that was in the winner of the last Gumball Rally, Alex Martin, I spoke to him at the Kern County a couple weeks ago, and I asked about you, and he's looking forward to getting in the ring with you there. How's that feel? You know, you've got this young kid, he's 17 years old, and he's looking at trying to, you know, race against you, Billy.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. You know, years ago, on the internet. One of them wrote, "I beat Billy Janniro on a chalkboard," and talking about that the other day because they came up to Auburn and we had a practice. And he was giving us to go in the practice, so it was pretty funny, seeing him out there racing me, and I'm an old man now, and he's a young kid.
Young man, you're just 31. You're not that old. You still got it.
I'm 41.
Oh, you're 41. What? My math. Hey, I need this. 41. Yeah. Well, okay. You get a little creaky there, but you can't. You're not going to let those kids win, right?
No, I'm going to give it another go this year and try and get that title back. Max got it last year, and he deserved it. He was fast all year, and Gino was right up there with us. So it's going to be a tough year, but we got a plan. Me, Ronnie, Danny, and Bill Warnock, we're for you.
Fantastic. Yeah. I know I spoke to Gino in the last episode, and he's coming back from that terrible injury that he got at the end of last year for the North American finals. But he's tough mentally as well as physically. So he's really looking forward to coming and bringing it this season.
Who's that?
Gino Manzares.
I know. Doesn't have too many crashes. That guy gets in so many dang big collisions. It's crazy.
Well, he's tough. I mean, being an MMA fighter and then coming into the ring to race the speedway bikes, there's nothing stopping him. But Max, he seems very confident this season. He's been winning a lot out at the tracks that I've been able to go to. Is there anything particular you're going to need to do to get into Max? I know he's one of those young guys like Alex that has come up and shown himself to be a top class rider.
Max gets better with every ride he has. So if he slows down a little bit,
I don't think he's going to be slowing down, but I totally understand. Let me see if anybody's asking any questions of you. Let's see. Doug Nichols on the line. He says, Billy Gennaro taught all the young, fast kids more than anybody, and he's always has the best. He's always the first to congratulate them when they beat him. That's you. I know you're a very good gentleman out there. It's race day, right? The best one wins that day, right?
Yeah.
And CJ, he put out your call letters, Banff, which I believe you are a Banff. Very good. So yeah, it's great to have you on this Wednesday on this May 4th. We've got a lot to look forward to in the Speedway community. Everybody, all you fans out there looking forward to going to the tracks, please do come out to the tracks. I don't know what I can stream, when I can stream, but I will be able to go out and do a little bit of recording and hopefully bring it to you on YouTube. But that's not where the racing is. The racing is at the track. So you get a chance to see everybody. Hey, Billy, do you have your cards ready? Like your racing cards, like my collection of cards. You got your racing cards ready for signatures for people?
Usually not stickers, but maybe I'll do that again this year.
Yeah, because I definitely got to get one of you to put in my collection. They're just sitting over here because I recently did some painting on the side, but definitely want to have you come on out and sign autographs for all the kids, right, Kelly? I mean, half of the fun is the people being able to meet you guys and tell you how much they enjoy your racing.
Yeah, it's a huge thing in Speedway with there being so many races, being a minute and a half or 2 minutes, unlike motocross or something, Speedway's so fast paced, and 25 or 35 races a night. And then you can go hang out with all the riders in the pits and we encourage it after the race, before and after, come down and meet up with them and be a sponsor. You know, you can, a little bit goes a long way with these riders, and if you really want to be a part of it, feel like a part of it, you know, go find your favorite guy and buy him a gallon of fuel or some oil or an entry fee or a tire. You know, they're all these guys are awesome. They end up being your friends. You know,
Very good.
it's unlike any other motorsport, I think.
Yeah, it is very good. I mean, I've met all of you guys, all of your riders, and it's enriched my life. Like you, Kelly. Speedway is my summertime thing. I look forward to it every year for me, past 13, 14 years, going out and shooting at Costa Mesa with Mark. I was at the races, you know, everybody else. What did you do tonight? Oh, I just dicked around. I'm like, well, you got to go to the races. It's fun. Hey, right here, one of the people I've really met and think is a top guy, Eddie Castro, says, may the 4th be with you. Eddie is one of those guys that still gives you a lot of hassle out there, isn't he, Billy?
Yeah, Eddie's always been up there, you know, especially his home tracks. He loves them, his home tracks, you know, like Ventura and stuff over that area. Yeah, Eddie's he's always been up there, man. Ever since I've been racing, always race Eddie.
Very good, very good. Well, thanks for joining us, Eddie. All you other people out there that are joining us, Doug Nickel, yeah, he sent this in. I got Mike Heath saying, Aaron Fox is right there saying, glad to have Billy back. Massive draw to any venue. Let's go 2020. Fantastic. Nice of you to join us, Aaron. Scott Weeks says, ask Billy to show us what bike he has in the garage. You mind doing that, Billy? What do you got back there? You got your main bike?
Yeah, I got just one bike here for right now.
Let's undress it. Yeah. And you got a couple bikes over here in Southern California for when you ride down here, right?
Yeah, Ronnie and Denny are big helpers in my speedway. So yeah, they got a few bikes out.
Scopoletti, the Scopoletti brothers, they're top-notch people too. It'd be great to see them and everybody at the tracks when I go. Well, I want to end this. We've been on for about 45 minutes, but before I go, Kelly, is there anything you want to add?
Yeah, just, you know, for industry, keep an eye out. You know, industryracing.com. I'll have the website back up and running as soon as possible, and any information will be on there, on our social media and on speedwaybikes.com. Just, you know, looking forward to getting things going. I'm excited, you know, to be at Costa Mesa in a couple of weeks, and I think that's going to be a packed house. And then a few weeks after that, you know, back at my track. And like I said, I hope it all works out in our favor, and it does. We're gonna go and put on some kick-ass racing, and hopefully have Billy there quite a bit, you know.
Yeah, Billy, you do plan on being at some of these races down here, right?
Yeah, I'm definitely showing up for the first one, and then it all depends on work after that. I got to talk and see what days I can get off and stuff like that. So, but I'll definitely be there opening night.
Well, fantastic. We're looking forward to that. Well, thank you, gentlemen, for joining me here on Speedway Chat Live. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Remember, I need about, 5 more people on that YouTube channel. 5 more people for 1,100 viewers. That's would make me so happy. And remember, xsra.tv, a lot of stuff there. Speedwaybikes.com for all your Speedway information and everything Speedway. The Fast Fridays happening in Auburn. Of course, Kelly Inman, with who we've been speaking with for Industry Hills, and I got rid of that one because it can only put so much in. But I would just want to say thank you very much to you, Champ, for joining me here on Speedway Chat Live, and I appreciate it and can't wait to see you at the track.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Bye, guys.
Bye.
All right. There you have it. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us here on Speedway Chat Live. I hope you've enjoyed it. Talking with riders. I see Aaron Fox right there. I need to get him online. I did some editing and stuff with him for Speedway Bikes, and got to show him how that turned out. Got a lot of people out there that are looking forward to going to the races this summer. I know I am. I know you are. Make sure you check out speedwaybikes.com for all of the pertinent information. This Saturday night, the AJ Herrera Memorial Race out at Ventura. It's going to be off the hook. I know that Eddie Castro will be there. And then next Saturday out at Kern County Raceway Park will be the salute to a military appreciation night and Speedway Team Racing Part 2. I want to thank everybody for joining me here on Speedway Chat Live. I'm Ken McKinney, your host and Speedway producer on XSRA.TV. We'll see you at the track.